Hello and welcome to Aspire Higher's Discovering Your Road Ahead, Your Future in Higher Education. A live and interactive online event which has been designed to show you what life is like as an adult learner in higher education and answer any questions you may have on making the right decision on your next steps. Aspire Higher is a partnership between the universities of Northampton, Bedfordshire and Hertfordshire. We offer impartial advice and guidance to help learners with their further and higher education journeys. If this is your first event regarding your future in education, don't worry, you've come to the right place. You're currently on the event homepage, and this will act as your gateway to everything taking place during today's event. At the end of this video, the live online event video stream will start playing automatically, so you don't need to worry about visiting any other websites and having to sign up just to take part. It couldn't be any easier. Underneath the schedule are links for you to visit our 4 breakout rooms, which run one after another with a small break in between. If you want to ask a question, or you want to find out a bit more information on a specific topic, the breakout rooms are the place to go. What funding and financial support can I get? What support is available for me? What are the different type of routes into college and university? What's life like as an adult learner? Underneath the breakout rooms are some handy links to other areas of the Aspire Higher website. Click on these links to find out more information regarding your education journey. And that's it. We hope you enjoy the event and we look forward to helping you discover your road ahead on your journey into higher education. You're watching Aspire Higher's Discovering Your Road Ahead, Your Future in Higher Education, a live interactive online event designed to help you with everything higher education related. Before we get started, let us tell you a bit more about adult learners moving into higher education. You might think that higher education is mostly for those students of the traditional university age who are fresh out of college or sixth form. Adult learners can be fresh out of further education too, it's just that they're older. In 2019 to 2020, over a third of all undergraduate entrants were mature undergraduates, and about half of all postgraduate entrants were mature learners. So, in deciding to go into university as an adult learner, you are definitely not alone in the world, and you will find many students of a similar age to yourself on your course. Studying doesn't always have to be on a full-time basis. There are different ways of studying which include learning from home, and there are part-time courses which could help you in managing your education journey whilst balancing the needs of your family. The personal benefits of retraining or upskilling can far outweigh the potential financial gain. Think of the achievement, confidence and self-belief you'll grow. It can be done. There were around 485,000 adult learners studying in the UK last year, and the numbers are only continuing to grow. And with 50,000 courses to choose from, adult learners often enter higher education with a wider variety of qualifications than younger students, and course providers are often more flexible when it comes to admissions criteria, so bagging a place might be easier than you think. This is your chance to talk to one of our expert team members and find out more information on any higher education related topic. Simply visit one of the breakout rooms that are open today and ask any questions you might have whilst you're there. If you aren't sure or haven't currently got a question, but think of something after today's live online event, then please visit our website, aspire-higher.co.uk, and use the live chat function to speak to one of our team. So, I think that's enough from me for now. Shall we get started on your road ahead? Hello and welcome to Aspire Higher's Discovering Your Road Ahead, Your Future in Higher Education. A live and interactive online event which has been designed to show you what life is like as an adult learner in higher education and answer any questions you may have on making the right decision on your next steps. Aspire Higher is a partnership between the universities of Northampton, Bedfordshire and Hertfordshire. We offer impartial advice and guidance to help learners with their further and higher education journeys. If this is your first event regarding your future in education, don't worry, you've come to the right place. You're currently on the event homepage, and this will act as your gateway to everything taking place during today's event. At the end of this video, the live online event video stream will start playing automatically, so you don't need to worry about visiting any other websites and having to sign up just to take part. It couldn't be any easier. Underneath the schedule are links for you to visit our 4 breakout rooms, which run one after another with a small break in between. If you want to ask a question, or you want to find out a bit more information on a specific topic, the breakout rooms are the place to go. What funding and financial support can I get? What support is available for me? What are the different type of routes into college and university? What's life like as an adult learner? Underneath the breakout rooms are some handy links to other areas of the Aspire Higher website. Click on these links to find out more information regarding your education journey. And that's it. We hope you enjoy the event and we look forward to helping you discover your road ahead on your journey into higher education. You're watching Aspire Higher's Discovering Your Road Ahead, Your Future in Higher Education, a live interactive online event designed to help you with everything higher education related. Before we get started, let us tell you a bit more about adult learners moving into higher education. You might think that higher education is mostly for those students of the traditional university age who are fresh out of college or sixth form. Adult learners can be fresh out of further education too, it's just that they're older. In 2019 to 2020, over a third of all undergraduate entrants were mature undergraduates, and about half of all postgraduate entrants were mature learners. So, in deciding to go into university as an adult learner, you are definitely not alone in the world, and you will find many students of a similar age to yourself on your course. Studying doesn't always have to be on a full-time basis. There are different ways of studying which include learning from home, and there are part-time courses which could help you in managing your education journey whilst balancing the needs of your family. The personal benefits of retraining or upskilling can far outweigh the potential financial gain. Think of the achievement, confidence and self-belief you'll grow. It can be done. There were around 485,000 adult learners studying in the UK last year, and the numbers are only continuing to grow. And with 50,000 courses to choose from, adult learners often enter higher education with a wider variety of qualifications than younger students, and course providers are often more flexible when it comes to admissions criteria, so bagging a place might be easier than you think. This is your chance to talk to one of our expert team members and find out more information on any higher education related topic. Simply visit one of the breakout rooms that are open today and ask any questions you might have whilst you're there. If you aren't sure or haven't currently got a question, but think of something after today's live online event, then please visit our website, aspire-higher.co.uk, and use the live chat function to speak to one of our team. So, I think that's enough from me for now. Shall we get started on your road ahead? Hello and welcome to Aspire Higher's Discovering Your Road Ahead, Your Future in Higher Education, a live and interactive online event which has been designed to show you what life is like as an adult learner in higher education and answer any questions you may have on making the right decision on your next steps. Aspire Higher is a partnership between the universities of Northampton, Bedfordshire and Hertfordshire. We offer impartial advice and guidance to help learners with their further and higher education journeys. If this is your first event regarding your future in education, don't worry, you've come to the right place. You're currently on the event homepage, and this will act as your gateway to everything taking place during today's event. At the end of this video, the live online event video stream will start playing automatically, so you don't need to worry about visiting any other websites and having to sign up just to take part. It couldn't be any easier. Underneath the schedule are links for you to visit our 4 breakout rooms, which run one after another with a small break in between. If you want to ask a question, or you want to find out a bit more information on a specific topic, the breakout rooms are the place to go. What funding and financial support can I get? What support is available for me? What are the different type of routes into college and university? What's life like as an adult learner? Underneath the breakout rooms are some handy links to other areas of the Aspire Higher website. Click on these links to find out more information regarding your education journey. And that's it. We hope you enjoy the event and we look forward to helping you discover your road ahead on your journey into higher education. You're watching Aspire Higher's Discovering Your Road Ahead, Your Future in Higher Education, a live interactive online event designed to help you with everything higher education related. Before we get started, let us tell you a bit more about adult learners moving into higher education. You might think that higher education is mostly for those students of the traditional university age who are fresh out of college or sixth form. Adult learners can be fresh out of further education too, it's just that they're older. In 2019 to 2020, over a third of all undergraduate entrants were mature undergraduates, and about half of all postgraduate entrants were mature learners. So, in deciding to go into university as an adult learner, you are definitely not alone in the world, and you will find many students of a similar age to yourself on your course. Studying doesn't always have to be on a full-time basis. There are different ways of studying which include learning from home, and there are part-time courses which could help you in managing your education journey whilst balancing the needs of your family. The personal benefits of retraining or upskilling can far outweigh the potential financial gain. Think of the achievement, confidence and self-belief you'll grow. It can be done. There were around 485,000 adult learners studying in the UK last year, and the numbers are only continuing to grow. And with 50,000 courses to choose from, adult learners often enter higher education with a wider variety of qualifications than younger students, and course providers are often more flexible when it comes to admissions criteria, so bagging a place might be easier than you think. This is your chance to talk to one of our expert team members and find out more information on any higher education related topic. Simply visit one of the breakout rooms that are open today and ask any questions you might have whilst you're there. If you aren't sure or haven't currently got a question, but think of something after today's live online event, then please visit our website, aspire-higher.co.uk, and use the live chat function to speak to one of our team. So, I think that's enough from me for now. Shall we get started on your road ahead? Hello and welcome to Aspire Higher's Discovering Your Road Ahead, Your Future in Higher Education. A live and interactive online event which has been designed to show you what life is like as an adult learner in higher education and answer any questions you may have on making the right decision on your next steps. Aspire Higher is a partnership between the universities of Northampton, Bedfordshire and Hertfordshire. We offer impartial advice and guidance to help learners with their further and higher education journeys. If this is your first event regarding your future in education, don't worry, you've come to the right place. You're currently on the event homepage, and this will act as your gateway to everything taking place during today's event. At the end of this video, the live online event video stream will start playing automatically, so you don't need to worry about visiting any other websites and having to sign up just to take part. It couldn't be any easier. Underneath the schedule are links for you to visit our 4 breakout rooms, which run one after another with a small break in between. If you want to ask a question, or you want to find out a bit more information on a specific topic, the breakout rooms are the place to go. What funding and financial support can I get? What support is available for me? What are the different type of routes into college and university? What's life like as an adult learner? Underneath the breakout rooms are some handy links to other areas of the Aspire Higher website. Click on these links to find out more information regarding your education journey. And that's it. We hope you enjoy the event and we look forward to helping you discover your road ahead on your journey into higher education. Hello and welcome to Aspire Higher's Discovering Your Road Ahead, Your Future in Higher Education. A live and interactive online event which has been designed to show you what life is like as an adult learner in higher education and answer any questions you may have on making the right decision on your next steps. Aspire Higher is a partnership between the universities of Northampton, Bedfordshire and Hertfordshire. We offer impartial advice and guidance to help learners with their further and higher education journeys. If this is your first event regarding your future in education, don't worry, You've come to the right place. You're currently on the event homepage, and this will act as your gateway to everything taking place during today's event. At the end of this video, the live online event video stream will start playing automatically, so you don't need to worry about visiting any other websites and having to sign up just to take part. It couldn't be any easier. Underneath the schedule are links for you to visit our 4 breakout rooms, which run one after another with a small break in between. If you want to ask a question, or you want to find out a bit more information on a specific topic, the breakout rooms are the place to go. What funding and financial support can I get? What support is available for me? What are the different type of routes into college and university? What's life like as an adult learner? Underneath the breakout rooms are some handy links to other areas of the Aspire Higher website. Click on these links to find out more information regarding your education journey. And that's it. We hope you enjoy the event, and we look forward to helping you discover your road ahead on your journey into higher education.
Hello and welcome. My name is Deborah and I'm part of I'm going to be your host. Now, you may not have heard of Aspire Higher before. We're a team of people, different universities. The University of Northampton, Bedfordshire. We're here to provide advice and guidance regarding everything related to higher education. This event, Discovering Your Road in your journey into higher education. It's not always clear to people what's meant by higher education. Anything that can come in various forms. Straight away. Let's have a look at what we have in store for you this evening. On the live stream, which is the page you're on now, you'll see various. Some of them are adult learners at university. They're studying we have 4 breakout rooms. In the breakout rooms, we will be covering a whole range of subjects, from finance to student welfare. Colleagues from further education colleges that are going to be discussing to check out the schedule so that you don't miss out on a topic that you're really interested in. In the breakout rooms, you'll have the opportunity to ask questions of our experts. But don't worry, you don't have to have your cameras or your microphones on. You can remain completely anonymous in the rooms. But please do enter the breakout rooms and find out some more about higher education.
Hi, my name is Amar and I work for the Student Loans Company as part of the Funding Information Services team, but I'm also a qualified careers advisor. So today I will be talking with you about the funding opportunities, whether you're considering returning to further education or university level education. So please do join me at the breakout room, where I'll be able to talk to you in further about all of the possible opportunities to help you in making that decision. Thank you very much.
You're watching Aspire Higher's Discovering Your Road Ahead, your future in higher education. A live interactive online event designed to help you with everything higher education related. Before we get started, let us tell you a bit more about adult learners moving into higher education. You might think that higher education is mostly for those students of the traditional university age who are fresh out of college or sixth form. Adult learners can be fresh out of further education too, it's just that they're older. In 2019 to 2020, over a third of all undergraduate entrants were mature undergraduates, and about half of all postgraduate entrants were mature learners. So, in deciding to go into university as an adult learner, you are definitely not alone in the world, and you will find many students of a similar age to yourself on your course. Studying doesn't always have to be on a full-time basis. There are different ways of studying which include learning from home, and there are part-time courses which could help you in managing your education journey whilst balancing the needs of your family. The personal benefits of retraining or upskilling can far outweigh the potential financial gain. Think of the achievement, confidence and self-belief you'll grow. It can be done. There were around 485,000 adult learners studying in the UK last year, and the numbers are only continuing to grow. And with 50,000 courses to choose from, adult learners often enter higher education with a wider variety of qualifications than younger students, and course providers are often more flexible when it comes to admissions criteria, so bagging a place might be easier than you think. This is your chance to talk to one of our expert team members and find out more information on any higher education related topic. Simply visit one of the breakout rooms that are open today and ask any questions you might have whilst you're there. If you aren't sure or haven't currently got a question, but think of something after today's live online event, then please visit our website, aspire-hire.co.uk, and use the live chat function to speak to one of our team. So, I think that's enough from me for now. Shall we get started on your road ahead?
So, hi, I'm here with Jo today, who's a student at the University of Bedfordshire. Jo's going to talk us through his journey so far in being an adult learner. Jo, over to you. Do you want to give us a bit of an introduction to yourself and what you're studying, how things are going on the course?
Yeah, of course. So I'm a sports therapy and rehabilitation student at the University of Bedfordshire. I'm a second year student, so it's starting to get, obviously, the course getting quite full on at the moment.
Yeah.
The course at the moment is absolutely fantastic. I'm really enjoying it. The information we learn on the course itself is basically how to assess, prevent and treat sports and physical related injuries as well.
Right.
Before I moved down, because I'm not actually from the Bedfordshire area, as you could tell with my accent, I wasn't too sure about what the placement opportunities would be like on the course and in the area. Coming from Manchester myself, it's kind of like the hub of sport, so I was a bit unsure about that. But yeah, the placement opportunities and the course itself have been absolutely fantastic.
Brilliant. Excellent. And so what were you doing before you applied for this course? What's your background in terms of jobs and experience to date?
Yeah, so completely different.
Oh, wow.
I worked in IT for 10 years. So at 18 years old, I did a sports college course. And I found that it just, because of the structure of the course and big gaps and being 18, it didn't suit me.
Right.
So I looked at, what else am I good at? So I was quite good at IT, so I did an apprenticeship. And then from there, just worked in the industry.
Right.
It gave me the financial ability to go travelling. So I travelled for 3 years as well.
Wow.
And then it got to the point in the first lockdown in March, I was working from home and I was like, this isn't for me. I wasn't getting the job satisfaction. So I looked elsewhere and obviously came across this course.
Wow. So did you need to do any preparation qualifications in terms of then applying for the course at the University of Bedfordshire, or were you already set and you already met the requirements to be able to apply for the course?
So that was one of the first questions I asked myself, and I was checking when I was looking into what I wanted to do next. So I had all my GCSEs, which were all passes, they were fine. And then from qualifications I did gain at college, I was able to actually use the qualifications I already had with experience I've had, and I was able to actually enrol on the course and didn't have to do a foundation degree, which was great.
Oh, excellent. So the course you're on then is a 3-year course or 4 years with the placements?
Yeah, that's correct. It's a 3-year course. 3-year course is what I'm doing at the moment, with a plan to actually go into further education after I finish this undergrad degree.
Wow, excellent. Great. So in terms of you applying, you obviously met the requirements. You had the necessary criteria to meet those requirements, so you were able to apply then. Were there any obstacles on the way in terms of your application? Was there an interview process? Did you have to meet any of your lecturers? What was the process to actually get on the course?
Yeah, so obviously it wasn't just a case of the course going to the course itself. So at that period of time, we were living in Bolton, where I'm originally from, and my partner is from Bedfordshire. So we weren't just looking at moving down. We were looking at the logistics of moving down. My partner moving down. Obviously, I had a 1-year-old who's now 2. Right. So we had to look at the package as a whole. I looked at a few courses at the University of Bedfordshire, and I also looked at a couple of other options as well. But the key thing for me was, I met my lecturers. So I came for open days. I had conversations outside of those open days with my lecturers who sold me the course, and then basically started to make and plan together the journey of actually moving down to this area, which we moved into my partner's father's house, and then started the course.
Wow, excellent, great. So no, apart from obviously the logistics of everything, no real obstacles, no setbacks in terms of that process?
No, there wasn't actually. Like I said, I spoke to a couple of different universities as well, because I wasn't too sure what I wanted to do. I didn't know which direction I wanted to go in. What I decided was to keep it really, really simple. I basically took what my personal attributes are and merged them with what my passion is like in life. So personal attributes, I find myself like quite a caring person, and then I merged that with my love of sport. So then that pushed me towards the kind of sports therapy side of things.
Perfect.
So there wasn't really many obstacles apart from the logistics side of things. As soon as I spoke to the lecturers at my university, I was pretty sold on what I wanted to do.
You knew. Well, they say, don't they? If you can find a job doing something that you love, it doesn't then feel like a job.
That's it. That is 100% it. I did a job for 10 years where, it was a job. It was a job. It was plain and simple a job. It wasn't a passion. And then, as I have my son, as you get older, you realise now that it is not just about a job. You have to do something you're passionate with. Retirement age is going up and all that kind of stuff. You work more than you kind of live. And now I'm learning. I've got lots of placement. I'm quite set, and it isn't work, and it isn't, it might be stressful, but I love it. So it pushes you really.
So in terms of then like the long-term prospects, you're obviously on your second year currently, and then are you thinking, you mentioned about going into further education. In terms of your long-term plan, have you thought that far ahead and where this degree is going to take you?
I'm starting to. Obviously, placement opportunities. Normally, you'd expect as an adult and as a parent, the opportunities to kind of hinder you, because obviously with being a parent, time management and obviously your son and your family is a high priority compared to maybe when you're 18 and you've got your whole kind of you can do whatever you want. But I've got the mindset where I try and take every opportunity I can. So I've got good placements in the sports section in like a neurological rehab centre. So basically I look after the sports people, and then kind of like you're looking at kind of the everyday kind of clinic kind of background as well. So my idea is, and what I'm starting to tail myself towards, is kind of the clinic kind of background. So I've got one eye focused on potentially doing a postgrad, so a master's degree in physiotherapy. I'm looking at different options, but that seems to be the one I'm tailing towards.
Excellent. And I'm sure there are some great employment links, aren't there, through the university? They're all, the good network of contacts that you can fall back on and rely on, and hopefully provide that support and that help really for you.
Definitely, all the lecturers who do my course all have different backgrounds. My head of my department, he's the head physio at a professional rugby club. You've got other lecturers who've come from South Africa. One of my other lecturers is recently a PhD. it's because it's a sports course. There's so many opportunities. So
I bet.
From that brings so many different contacts.
Yeah, and that's the other thing, isn't it? Sometimes people perhaps think about going to university and they just see the actual qualification. But I do try to stress it's not just the qualification. Obviously, that is a major part of your time at university, but it's the experience that you're going to gain, it's the contacts, it's the networking, it's the general life experience. Have you found that for yourself as well?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, COVID impacted.
Yes.
It's impacted the course quite a bit in terms of kind of the social side. And as someone who's moved down to this area who doesn't know many people, that has been a bit of a struggle. But the university as a whole, I can't praise them enough for the way they've actually handled, the communication on COVID with the COVID procedures as well.
Excellent.
It's been brilliant. But yeah, the whole lifestyle of university as well, getting that experience as well as the piece of paper is just, you thrive really. The degree gives you that kind of foundation of knowledge, but getting out there on the placements and experience and learning from different people, that's what's going to make you, and that's what's going to push you.
Yeah, and it's putting into practice then, isn't it? Everything that you're learning at the university, it's actually realising that what you're learning is relevant, and putting it into practice. That's excellent.
100%. Yeah, they obviously what you learn, like I said, you learn the foundations, and then you'll go into the placement environment, the practical environment, and then there'll be people who do things kind of a little bit differently, and they'll explain why they do it, and it'll just be like a light bulb. It'll just be that kind of effect, and you just pick up and learn so much. And I've been fortunate to have I have a lot of placement opportunities at the moment, and it's absolutely brilliant. I love it.
Excellent, great. I just wanted to ask you also, Joe, about the finance side of things. So obviously, we're all very aware of the costs involved with a degree. The $9,000 a year gets bandied around, and everyone knows that it's expensive. But perhaps people aren't always aware of the support that's out there, the financial support. Have you made use of that? Have you found that process easy in terms of applying for the student finance? Has it all been quite smooth sailing?
Yeah, to be honest, I wouldn't be sitting here having this conversation with you if it wasn't for the student finance support. As a parent, a dependent of a 2-year-old now, as a father and as a partner as well. If I didn't get the students support, then I wouldn't be able to sit here. The process was obviously from my point of view was a bit tricky, in the sense that I'd been out of the country traveling for 3 years. So obviously there was a few loopholes I had to get through to get, clarification and get it approved. But in terms of the actual finance support itself, has been amazing. They helped me with my childcare. They pay a percentage of my childcare. Obviously, I get the student loan to help me pay for the course itself, and then a maintenance grant as well, which has been absolutely superb. And once I got through the loopholes in terms of providing the evidence that I had to provide from Australia and New Zealand, just basic information really, it was absolutely fine. If you've not left the country for longer than 6 months, it's an absolute breeze. It's basic information. You just as an older mature student, you just have to provide, if you're living with your partner, you have to provide that kind of their bank, their salary statements, so
I see.
P45s and stuff. After that, second year, third year applying is absolutely straightforward. It's great.
So it's just a bit of initial admin, really, isn't it? Finding the documents that you need to provide, and then as far as I understand, it is pretty much all taken care of for you. They pay the university direct, don't they? So you don't see the student finance, the what they call the tuition fees. You don't see that side of things, do you? That just goes straight to the university.
That's right, yeah. So you'll get a letter, multiple letters basically about, what you're entitled to. And then obviously the tuition fee will be sent, the amount will be sent per semester as well. So, yeah, you don't have to get involved in that, which is obviously, it's great.
Excellent. And a lot of people attending today will have the responsibility of children. Obviously, you've mentioned your son today, Joe, and you also then mentioned that a percentage of your nursery fees, the childcare fees, are covered. Was that again easy to sort? Has that obviously really helped you?
Yeah, it's brilliant. So again, once everything's gone through, you set like a login account on through like the child payment services, and basically you link that to your nursery where your son or daughter goes to, and what happens is the nursery will send you through an invoice, and then that invoice for a certain amount, so a percentage of what you pay, and then basically the child payment services pays the nursery direct, and you just pay the leftover amount. It's really straightforward.
Wow, excellent.
You know, me and my partner, we basically they invoice us every week or every month, and we just we do it. It's effortless.
Yeah, because a lot of people, I think, would view the responsibility of children and obviously the responsibility of parenthood as something that would perhaps hinder them in their desire to be an adult learner. So it perhaps put them off, and they would think, oh, it's not something that I can do right now in my time of life because I have young children. But you obviously haven't found that at all.
No, to be honest, I found my son as my driving force. Really, it's kind of. You know, as a parent, you want to be a role model to them. So, you know, I kind of, you know, if I'm having a bad day, you're kind of thinking like, obviously, you're motivated. And it is difficult, you know, there's no beating around it, you know, juggling time management as a parent is hard enough, let alone juggling university, but it's worth it, you know, you've got that mature head on, and, you know, going into university a bit older, you know, kind of you might not necessarily know your direction, but you kind of know that you've come to university for a real purpose, and obviously it's not necessarily the social side when you get older, and it helps you as well.
Excellent, great. So in terms of that, obviously, you know, you are classed as an adult learner, you do have that mature head on, like you say. Have you found any differences, any issues, any problems that have arisen through being an adult learner in terms of the cohort that you are studying with? Are they all much younger? You know, do you notice differences, or is it all just one big happy family on the course and it's all working out really well?
To start with, obviously, when you're coming in a little bit older than everyone else, that, you know, it's kind of it's I would say it's a bit scary to start with, to be honest. You know, you haven't been in education for 10 years. You know, you that the academic side was always my big worry. But flip it over, you're a role model. I'm a course rep. I'm a course rep for my course. You know,
oh, wow.
I kind of like to, you know, because I've travelled, because I'm a father now. I've got that experience, so I like to see myself as a bit, because as a course rep, I'm a bit of the kind of go-to guy kind of thing. You know, kind of, you know, putting your arm around the shoulder of, like, obviously the younger ones as well. You know, I get a bit anxious and a bit worried, especially around like exams and stuff. But obviously with the younger guys on my course as well, it's the same for them. So I kind of just, you know, give them a bit of motivation. There are a few mature students on my course as well. One of my really good friends, he's similar pathway to me. He was a chef, and he's packed that in, and now he's doing a sports course. And another one of my friends on my course, she's in the industry. She's been a professional. She does physio for some of the professional football clubs like Arsenal, for example. So
Amazing.
She's coming back into education, obviously, just to get that academic, you know, kind of degree. So again, someone like that, similar situation to me, but she's got all the experience in the placement, which rubs off on, you know, the 18, 19, 20-year-olds on our course.
Yeah, excellent. Excellent. So in terms of then perhaps advice for those that are listening today, would you, I mean, from the sounds of it, you would wholeheartedly recommend being an adult learner? Would you say that's pretty much the case?
100%. I really would. I'd basically say if you're contemplating, you know, coming back into education and you're not too sure what you want to do, keep it simple like myself. What are you passionate about? What are your attributes? Merge them together. Have a look at the courses. Have a look at location-wise, because obviously, again, as an adult learner, you know, unless you're going to do like me and have your partner the other side of the country and you're going to move, look at the courses around you and make sure you talk to the people on the course as well, the academic leads as well, because they're going to give you a real insight as well. So yeah, 100% I would highly recommend it.
Yeah, excellent. Great. Well, I think that's pretty much covered it really, Joe. I mean, it's been great to hear your story, your journey, your experience so far. You know, I think it's been really, really insightful for everybody that's attending today to get that feel of how things are going for you specifically. Probably put a lot of minds at ease in terms of concerns that people have. So, you know, thanks for sharing your information with us. It's been really, really helpful. A last word from you, Joe, really, just about, you know, how you're enjoying it.
Yeah. So again, the university, the course, you know, the university itself has been absolutely fantastic. The one thing I would say, especially about my, you know, particular course, is that, you know, building that rapport with the lecturers as well. You know, I've got, you know, younger sisters who've been to university as well. So I obviously tapped into their information as well, what the pros were, what the cons were. And they always said to me about the lack of communication potentially from lecturers once they left campus. Whereas with the rapport I built from my university, I've always got that support there. I've used some of the services at the university, so the student support services at the university helped me with, you know, mental health issues. I openly advocate for mental health. I've suffered massively with it, so I've used those facilities as well, and they were brilliant. So yeah,
you just have to get as involved as you can, don't you, really? Because all these things that are on offer, at times it's very easy to ignore them, perhaps, and you perhaps don't realise how much they will help you. But, you know, like you've said, if you actually grab them with both hands and realise that the assistance and the support, the guidance is out there, you really can take advantage of all that help.
That's it. You know, as an adult learner, we've not got maybe as much time as, like, you know, an 18, 19-year-old being a bit older. We might have to work because we might have a mortgage, you know, we might have kids, you know, we haven't got the time, but you've got to be like time smart. So the time you have got available, make use of it. You know, with university, with college, you have big gaps. You know, you'll be off for Christmas, you'll be off for Easter, you'll be off for summer. Make use of that time. If your kids are at nursery during the day, you know, try and set up a placement. You know, there's always opportunities out there. Try and say yes. You know, don't sit back and wait for someone to, you know, to approach you, because it doesn't happen. You know, you've got to go and grab it.
Being proactive, basically. And perhaps that's the difference then between the 18, 20-year-olds. You know, they're not as proactive, are they? They're waiting for it to land in their lap a little bit. Whereas, you know, what comes with age is the knowledge that isn't going to happen, and you really do need to be on the ball. It's your future, it's your job, it's your career at the end of the day. So yeah, basically just taking every opportunity.
100%, yeah, that's exactly it. I do obviously mention that to the 18, 19-year-olds as well, but they've got a whole, you know, I say it's only 10 years difference. They've still got, 10 years is a long time, whereas us as older, mature students have experienced stuff in those 10 years, you know, ups and downs. Those downs obviously make, you know, they're the ones that drive you, so, you know, you'll have that motivation, and that's how obviously you kind of excel.
Yeah, absolutely. Brilliant. Excellent. Well, again, thanks so much for joining us today. It's been really, really helpful. And yeah, we'll talk again soon.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Thanks.
Welcome back. I hope you're all enjoying the event so far. I hope you're able to pop into the breakout room number 1 for the chat with Amar and Laura about funding your studies and the additional support that might be available to you should you go on to become an adult learner. Just to remind you, you can also find a lot more information about higher education and everything around that subject on our website. If you go to www.aspire-higher.co.uk, There's lots of useful links and additional documents that you can access on there. There's also the option to ask questions of our Aspire Hire team. So feel free to ask questions on the website and somebody from the team will get back to you as soon as possible. We're also really active on social media. We've managed to cater for all ages with our choice of platforms. We have a Facebook page, an Instagram page, a Twitter account, and you'll also find us on Facebook. Please do have a look at these platforms and get in touch with us. We're always really happy to hear from adult learners and find out how we can best support you in this journey. Coming up next, we have another breakout room. It's all about student support. John and Danielle are waiting to tell you all about the support that's available at universities and how you might benefit from that support as an adult learner. John and Danielle are experts in this field and they'll be able to answer any questions that you have around this topic. The breakout room starts at 6:30. You'll be able to access it with the link below on the main page. Again, don't worry, you don't need your microphones or cameras on, but feel free to use the chat function to ask questions. When you're in the breakout room, you'll also be provided with a link to a Padlet. Some of our Aspire Hire representatives will meet you in the chat room, in the breakout room, and they'll provide you with the Padlet link. You can use the link to provide any feedback that you would like to give us on the event and on the breakout room specifically. We'd love to hear from you and we really appreciate the comments that you leave. They do help us plan for the next event.
Hi, my name is John Stanley. I'm from the University of Bedfordshire. Join me in Breakout Room 2 where I'll be talking to you about student support services available at university.
Hello and welcome to Aspire Hire's Discovering Your Road Ahead, Your Future in Higher Education. A live and interactive online event which has been designed to show you what life is like as an adult learner in higher education and answer any questions you may have on making the right decision on your next steps. Aspire Hire is a partnership between the universities of Northampton, Bedfordshire and Hertfordshire. We offer impartial advice and guidance to help learners with their further and higher education journeys. If this is your first event regarding your future in education, don't worry, you've come to the right place. You're currently on the event homepage, and this will act as your gateway to everything taking place during today's event. At the end of this video, the live online event video stream will start playing automatically, so you don't need to worry about visiting any other websites and having to sign up just to take part. It couldn't be any easier. Underneath the schedule are links for you to visit our 4 breakout rooms, which run one after another with a small break in between. If you want to ask a question, or you want to find out a bit more information on a specific topic, the breakout rooms are the place to go. What funding and financial support can I get? What support is available for me? What are the different type of routes into college and university? What's life like as an adult learner? Underneath the breakout rooms are some handy links to other areas of the Aspire Hire website. Click on these links to find out more information regarding your education journey. And that's it. We hope you enjoy the event and we look forward to helping you discover your road ahead on your journey into higher education.
Okay, so I'm joined now today with Debbie and Claire, 2 adult learners at Northampton University. They're on the same course, and I'm going to introduce Debbie first. Hey Debbie.
Hi.
Would you just like to talk to us a little bit about the course that you're studying, a little bit of background information about yourself, how things are going?
Yeah, I'm studying podiatry at Northampton University. I'm in my first year. I'm absolutely loving the course. There's a lot of information to take in, but yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I live in Oundle, so I've got about a 40-minute commute, which isn't too bad actually. There's some on the course, and they've got like an hour and a half. Right. So yeah, just really enjoying it.
Oh, great. And Claire, it's all going well for you too? You're obviously on the same course as Debbie.
Yeah, so yeah, really enjoying it. We've had some really sort of good foundation skills, that we've learned in the first sort of term, and then we're going to be facing patients this term for the first time, so that should be quite good.
Yeah, great.
And I'm enjoying it. I'm sort of the other side of Daventry, so similar sort of commute to Debbie, but finding it manageable, which is good, with the family and and some part-time work as well. So yeah,
great. So Claire, what sort of prompted you to go back to university as an adult learner? What were you doing before studying at university? What's the sort of background?
So I applied for podiatry, when it was chiropody 20 odd years ago, and didn't end up going.
Oh wow.
It's the I got sort of like caught up in like a full-time job and enjoyed earning money, so kept sort of doing that, and then got married, had children, and my husband and I actually own a pub, so we've been running our own business for the last sort of 15 years. And then the pandemic hit, and we sort of decided that actually we both can't run a pub forever, and just to protect ourselves and our family. So I said, do you know what, I'd really like to go back and do something that I've always wanted to do. So it was sort of the right time, and it's been a really great decision.
Excellent. And did you have to then do further qualifications to get the place at university, Claire, or did you?
Yes, because your A-levels
hold your place.
20 odd years ago, A-levels are now obsolete. So I did an access to higher education.
Right.
But unlike Debbie, sort of did it online.
Okay.
And when I signed up for it, the children weren't homeschooling, and then obviously they were homeschooling halfway through it, which made it challenging. But I made it in the end, so it's all good.
So your access course, Debbie, wasn't online. What was your kind of route then to university?
It was a mix of online learning and actually in the college as well. So yeah, that's why I did it. I would have preferred to have been in college 100% of the time, but obviously with COVID it just didn't happen.
I see.
But yeah, it was great. I'm lucky my children have grown up and flown the nest.
Right.
So
I'm focused on yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. And like Claire was saying, I used to work with my husband. We had our own business.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to do something for me.
Brilliant. Yeah, great. And in terms of the application process, Debbie, did you find that easy enough? Was it all kind of smooth sailing?
Yeah, absolutely. And if there were any problems, we got help anyway from the college.
Right. Okay. Great.
Yeah. But yeah, no problems.
Great. Same for you, Claire, with the application process?
Yeah, actually, it was really good. We had to, when you do your personal statement, we had to upload all of that to be checked over to make sure that we were, sort of meeting the criteria that universities were looking for, and had feedback on that. And I felt actually that the process of going through it was, was fairly easy.
Good.
And we were quite well supported. So
excellent. Yeah. And in terms of the student finance, because I know a lot of people watching this evening, that is a bit of a concern for them. Can they afford to go back to university as an adult learner? In terms of financial support that is provided. Claire, did you find the process of sort of, again, applying for student finance easy enough? Was it all?
Yeah, so the process of applying for student finance is quite easy itself. It's all online. You just have to sort of watch out for dates that you have to apply by, and have quite a lot of information ready at that time, such as, pay and, P60s, and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But luckily, Debbie and I are on a course that's eligible for like a learning support fund as well, like the old style bursary.
Oh, brilliant.
So, we sort of get assistance financially in that way as well, and that was quite easy the process for that was quite easy to go through as well.
Right. Okay. And Debbie, am I right in thinking that that's because it's a medical course that you're doing?
Yeah, absolutely. And for podiatry, you get an extra £1,000 as well. It's 5,000 for nursing and 6 for the podiatry.
Okay. Oh, that's really good. So that's good to know. Yeah, I think it's the same then for medicine courses and education courses, isn't it? That there's more financial help out there. Yeah. What about in terms of student support? So not the financial side of things, but just general kind of student well-being. Debbie, have you had to use any of that, of those facilities at the university, or?
I haven't, no.
No.
Yeah, but
Okay.
yeah, it's been sort of smooth sailing
Good
so
for you.
far.
That's great. Yeah. And same for you, Claire?
Yeah, no, I haven't had to access anything sort of directly through the university. We're
Right.
quite lucky, really, on our course that we've got some really excellent supportive tutors.
Okay.
So, you know, if there's been the odd thing, such as you've had an unwell child, or for instance, I'm now self-isolating for a
Yeah.
week,
Yeah.
then, you know, we've just sort of dropped an email, and they have been very supportive, and luckily all of our work is uploaded onto a system called Nile that we can access.
Okay.
So we're not missing out per se,
Brilliant.
just on the face-to-face learning. So
Yeah, great. That's great. So again, I know another concern of some of the people watching today is that as an adult learner, you're perhaps going to be surrounded by those, you know, 18-year-olds that have just left college and finished their A-levels or a level 3 qualification. Obviously, the two of you have met each other on the course. Are there other adult learners on the course, or are you in with a lot of youngsters? How does it feel with the mix of the group?
There's a real mix.
Oh, great.
From, young to... I'm actually not the oldest on the course, which surprised me because I thought I would be. But yeah, no, there's a real mix.
Great.
And it's like a small family, isn't it, Claire?
Brilliant.
yeah. No, yeah, as Debbie said, there's a real mix of ages, sort of like there's a couple who are 18, but there's many that are in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. So,
Right.
yeah, we are. And, you know, actually, we all bring something different to the table. Like
Yeah.
some people have got some really excellent qualifications already,
Yeah.
you know, and are used to sort of doing assignments and have been really helpful for those that haven't. So it's been, as Debbie said, as cliche as it sounds,
Yeah.
a bit of a family, really.
Wow.
But yeah, no, it is nice.
Yeah. And you're all going to be spending the next 3 years together, aren't you? So it's obviously, you know, you want to get on with these people. You want it to have that community feel and that everyone's supporting each other.
Yeah, absolutely. And we
Brilliant.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
And so far all the way through, yeah.
Yeah.
And not only that, though, I suppose from a podiatry point of view, from like our clinical professional development going forward,
Yeah.
is that at least if we've got each other to rely on as well, that, you know, it's quite good for in the future if you've not seen something before, that you could then maybe ask your previous group. And so you know, it should work out quite well, really.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Like a good starting network as well for, you know, to build on. Really, really good. What about obstacles? I know, obviously, Claire, you've mentioned now that you're self-isolating, but that's obviously being dealt with really, really well. And, you know, everything's online. Have there been any other obstacles, perhaps not necessarily that you both have found, but anybody else in the group, like perhaps with childcare or just generally juggling life, really? Does it feel overwhelming at times being an adult learner and also having an adult life to manage? Or is it fairly easy, Claire, would you say? I know obviously you running a pub, is it hectic?
No, at the end of last year, I kind of put out a message to the group saying I feel completely overwhelmed.
Yeah.
It's nearly Christmas. I've got two children aged 12 and 14. We've got an assignment due in. We've just finished a 12-week dissection placement, and we had an awful lot to sort of get through.
Yeah.
And you do, and actually, I just had to kind of take a step back, refocus, and make a few lists. I've got very good at doing those now, to make sure that I'm sort of getting, you know, where I need to be. So it isn't easy, but it's definitely manageable and possible if you can coordinate your timings right.
Yeah. And hopefully then it's worth it in the long run. You know,
definitely.
You're going to get your qualification. You're going to have that degree. You know, who knows then in terms of jobs, careers going forward, where it will take you. Yeah.
Yeah.
How
No.
about you,
Absolutely.
Debbie? With, you know, you haven't got the children at home, but just managing life.
I mean, it's been definitely easier for me.
Yeah.
But it was overwhelming going, you know, back into education.
Yeah.
And there was a lot to take in at first. But yeah, I've just been taking it each day as it comes. And and I am enjoying it. My memory's not quite what it used to be.
Right.
but I'm getting by.
Yeah. And I know,
good.
Debbie, you said you've got an exam on Wednesday. So what's the split there with coursework and exams? Is it 50-50, 80-20?
Yeah, I mean, we've got a couple of assignments, but we had one before Christmas, then we've got one for February, and a couple of exams in between.
Right, okay.
And the end of year exams.
Yeah. I mean, that in itself is kind of going back, isn't it? You know, I don't know about you, but I know personally I haven't sat exams for a very, very long time. So again, it's just training your brain to get into that mind frame, isn't it? And get into the process of revision and then sitting an exam.
Yeah, absolutely. But and of course you're out of your comfort zone, but that's good. It gives you confidence.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, really good. So what sort of advice would you give to people, do you think, Claire? You know, if they're thinking about going back to university as an adult learner, and if they are umming and ahhing about, you know, the courses that they might follow, whether they can juggle all of that responsibility with their current life, would you advise it? Would you recommend it?
Yeah, I think the thing is, though, is I think you definitely need to want to do it to start. You know, if you're not sure about what you want to do, then probably take a step back and review things. But I was at a point where I knew that I wanted to go and do it, and I think when you've got that drive, you make it work. I think definitely be organised, you know, get everything sorted, and, you know, make sure if you've got children, you've got that childcare in place, or you know where you need to be. And also I'd recommend speaking to people who are on the course already. I found that quite good. I knew what to expect more, and also speak to the tutors as well, you know, find out how flexible can they be, or how flexible are they. You know, I knew that from the off that our tutors said that actually podiatry did attract quite a lot of more mature students who did have children, so that they knew that they could be supportive of people in that situation.
That's good. Yeah. Did you do the same, Debbie? Did you go to open days and speak to lecturers?
Yeah, absolutely. And as Claire said, but you have to really want to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely. Just go for it. If you really want to do it, go for it.
Yeah. You haven't regretted the decision.
Not at all.
No, that's great. Yeah. Like you say, it's not something that you can enter half-heartedly, is it? You need to really want, you know, that self-motivation needs to be there, and it needs to be something that you really are determined to succeed in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Excellent. Yeah. So you've not faced really any obstacles. Obviously, you know, you've covered your the advice that you'd give. Are you both expecting? Obviously, you've both come from managing your own businesses, and Claire, you still are in that position. In terms of job prospects, then, once you finish the degree, are you expecting there to be better job prospects potentially than if you didn't have the degree? You know, is that part of why you've done it? I guess your course is different. You almost have to have that degree, but have you looked at the job prospects once you finish?
Yeah, and there's so many interesting aspects of podiatry, from like forensic podiatry, helping the police catch criminals, to like the high risk foot, working with diabetic patients, you know, making sure that they've got good foot health, and that there's a lot of like musculoskeletal and biomechanics, working with runners, or making sure that people are wearing the right shoes. So there's a lot of sort of things to it. So there's lots of different avenues to go down in podiatry, as well as sort of like routine nail care and things like that. So on the job front, you know, we are quite lucky, and podiatry is a shortage specialism. So we should fare quite well. But there's really good courses post graduation as well to sort of improve on your skills for different things, and then you work, especially during through the NHS. Obviously, the more courses that you do, you build on your earning potential through the band scheme. Yeah.
Okay. And Debbie, in terms of sort of career prospects for yourself, what have you got any ideas right now as to which area you might go into?
Not really. Just still exploring.
Yeah, it's early days.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, I mean, you can even open your own private practice.
Of course.
There's lots of different areas you can go into.
Yeah, that's really interesting actually, because again, I think people automatically presume, you're studying podiatry, like you said, Claire. For me personally, it's the basic nail care and that sort of thing. But all of those things that you mention, they definitely make it sound more interesting, don't they? And they offer that, a different aspect to the course and the future jobs that are available, really.
Yeah, I think a lot of people just think, it's trimming toenails or, putting moisturiser on feet. It's definitely not. No. It's a lot more than that. And if people are put off by the fact that they think it's just that, they need to definitely read up a little bit more into it, because, there's quite a lot of different avenues to go down.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, really great. Excellent. So any improvements that you can think of in terms of what would make things better for you as an adult learner? Is there anything that either the university could offer or that you could perhaps think about improving for yourselves? I'll come to you first, Debbie. Anything that would sort of enhance your experience, or you're perfectly happy with?
I'm perfectly happy, actually.
Great. That's excellent.
Yeah, no, everything's great.
Yeah.
Northampton University is great. Tutors are fantastic, and
Great. In terms of your timetable, how does that look?
Yeah, it's not too demanding this year.
Right.
We're just in university a couple of days a week.
Okay.
I think year 2.
A
little bit more.
Okay.
Yeah. The sounds of it.
Yeah. We'll have to have this chat again in 12 months' time and see how things have progressed. What about you, Claire? Any improvements that you could think of to help you?
The university were quite late in sort of releasing the timetable, and from a parental perspective, if you've got children, then realistically could have done with knowing what days we were going to be in to sort of plan around that. But otherwise, as Debbie said, the uni has been great and our tutors are great, but it's just from an organisational perspective, just knowing sort of where we're going to be and what we're doing would have been sort of advantageous too.
Yeah. Great. Well, you sound like you're both having a ball. One of the best decisions that you could have made. And long may that continue, really. Thanks so much for joining me today. I think it's been really helpful for everybody that's watching this evening. And good luck in your future studies. Thanks, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Alex.
And I'm Charlie. We're from the Bedford College Group. Come and join us in Breakout Room 3 for our talk on Pathways into FE and Pathways into HE courses at FE College.
You're watching Aspire Higher's Discovering Your Road Ahead, your future in higher education. A live interactive online event designed to help you with everything higher education related. Before we get started, let us tell you a bit more about adult learners moving into higher education. You might think that higher education is mostly for those students of the traditional university age who are fresh out of college or sixth form. Adult learners can be fresh out of further education too, it's just that they're older. In 2019 to 2020, over a third of all undergraduate entrants were mature undergraduates, and about half of all postgraduate entrants were mature learners. So, in deciding to go into university as an adult learner, you are definitely not alone in the world, and you will find many students of a similar age to yourself on your course. Studying doesn't always have to be on a full-time basis. There are different ways of studying which include learning from home, and there are part-time courses which could help you in managing your education journey whilst balancing the needs of your family. The personal benefits of retraining or upskilling can far outweigh the potential financial gain. Think of the achievement, confidence and self-belief you'll grow. It can be done. There were around 485,000 adult learners studying in the UK last year, and the numbers are only continuing to grow. And with 50,000 courses to choose from, adult learners often enter higher education with a wider variety of qualifications than younger students And course providers are often more flexible when it comes to admissions criteria, so bagging a place might be easier than you think. This is your chance to talk to one of our expert team members and find out more information on any higher education related topic. Simply visit one of the breakout rooms that are open today and ask any questions you might have whilst you're there. If you aren't sure or haven't currently got a question, but think of something after today's live online event, then please visit our website, aspire-hire.co.uk, and use the live chat function to speak to one of our team. So, I think that's enough from me for now. Shall we get started on your road ahead?
Hi, welcome back. I hope you found time to go and visit breakout room number 2 and managed to hear all about the different types of student support services that universities can offer. A lot of adult learners are not really aware of such support services, so hopefully it's been really beneficial and interesting for you to hear about the different support services that universities can offer if you do go on to be an adult learner at university. Please make sure you do click on the link that was provided in the breakout room so that you can access the Padlet that we have set up. We really do appreciate the feedback that you provide. It's really helpful when we come to plan our next event. So any feedback that you can give us, whether that's on the breakout room and the topics that are covered, or just the event in general, it's really appreciated. Thank you. I'd also like to take this opportunity to remind you about the Aspire Hire website. You can find us at www.aspire-hire.co.uk. On there, you'll find lots of useful information about becoming an adult learner, whether that's studying for an undergraduate degree, a postgraduate degree, a HND, or a degree apprenticeship. There's so much useful information on there, so please make use of that resource. We're also really active on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. So please, again, log on to the social media platforms, have a look on there, get in touch with us. If you have questions once this event is over, feel free to contact us via those platforms or via our website, and we'll be more than happy to answer your questions. Hopefully you haven't come across too many terms so far that you're not really aware of. I know at times higher education in general can feel like a bit of a minefield. We've preempted that. You'll find on this main page a jargon buster. If you click below, there's a jargon buster a link. If you open up the document on there, it will help clarify lots of terms that you've perhaps heard this evening. Maybe you're not sure of what they mean and it's all becoming a little bit confusing and you're not sure what those terms actually stand for. Click on the jargon buster and that should help explain them. Coming up next in the schedule this evening, we've got another breakout room for you. It's all about the different routes into higher education. I'm going to be in that room alongside some colleagues from Bedford College, and we will be detailing the various routes into higher education that are available and how you can access them.
Okay, so I'm joined now by another adult learner. We have Manoj here, who is a student at the University of Hertfordshire. Welcome, Manoj, and thank you for taking some time out this evening to join me for a chat. Would you like to start, Manoj, by telling everybody about the course that you're studying and how things are going for you?
Hi, Debra. I'm Manoj Kumar Nagireddy. I'm studying Masters in International Business Management in the University of Hertfordshire. I joined in September 2021. I mean, in the last year, I have completed my already the first semester. Yeah. So coming to the university life is a boon to each and every student, I feel. So my university days are going awesome, and we are doing a lot in the university, starting from the student well-being, ending to the sports activities. Everything is going great. And I became the student ambassador of the University of Hertfordshire in a very short period of time. Within 1 month, when I have entered the university, I become the student ambassador. Wow. I feel proud regarding that. Yeah. And now I'm the student representative of Masters in International Business Management. Wow. And also, I'm the chairperson of the Strategy Society.
Excellent.
It's up to me in
wow,
the university.
So you've really thrown yourself into university life. That sounds amazing, everything that you're getting involved with. What made you continue into education to do your masters? Was there a particular driving force for you, Manoj, or was it just something that you wanted to do, in general?
Yes, Debra. I need to give a clarity on this for each and fellow of my friends because I completed my bachelor's in computer science and went to my job. I worked for Deloitte for a good period of time. When I was working, I had a thought like I missed my master's.
Right.
When I was working, I had a thought that I missed my master's life and I need to go back to my university and I should get what I want from my master's. So I just resigned my job. Of course, we know Deloitte is a big four firms, but I never thought about my job because I got selected in Deloitte with my interest and with my talent. So after completing masters also I can get my job back, but won't get masters if I continue in my job. So I wanted to utilize my master's life and I resigned my job and went back to university for masters. Now I'm here at the Uni of Hertfordshire. I'm feeling very happy to be a part of master's student.
Yeah, excellent. So would you say that once you've finished this course, once you've completed your masters, are you expecting then to perhaps get a better job? Would you expect your career prospects to have improved having completed your masters?
Yes, Deborah, why not? The thing is, I want to conclude that if you are a master student, if you are an international student, you have lot of opportunities. We traveled all the way from our home country as an international students to England and we are studying masters here. So we need to involve in the university activities. We need to increase the network. We need to show our talent to each and everyone because opportunities won't come to us. We need to search in opportunities. So what we did when I entered the university, I started filling my profile in the university. So I selected as a student ambassador and I'm the student representative of my group and I'm the chairperson of the strategy society. So this is my profile in the university. I say strongly that if you wanted to see your position or in the future with a good job, you need to improve your profile a lot. Based on your profile, for sure you are going to get settled in a good place, I guess.
Yeah, perfect. So it's all about as well being really proactive in terms of how you approach your studies, how you approach raising your profile, the people's perception of you within the university.
I can say that because when you are involved in your academics, you would come to know how you can write your assignments without engaging with the university life. You don't know how to fill the assignments as well. And also, there are a lot of interesting modules in my course especially. I found that modules will lead me into a good place when I complete my masters. So I'm working on that. I'm in a quite good research related to my modules and I'm pretty much happy to be a part of the University of Hertfordshire.
Great. Going back then to when you first applied, so the application process and also the application process for the student finance side of things. How did you find that? Was it a fairly easy process or did you come across any obstacles that you had to overcome or not?
Yeah. Basically, even I'm from a middle class background. So coming to finance matters, every middle class student should suffer a lot. But the process went on easy if your profile is good. The thing is, you need to have minimum score in your English, you need to have some eligibility criteria and you need to have good marks. That is up to the academics. But when things come into finance, every student should struggle a lot. But what I did, if you really wanted to study, there are a lot of ways to find because there are a lot of people behind me to support me. Even I don't know whether I can travel to England. I can, my parents will afford me that much amount. Even I got a feeling that how I can do it. But I started. There are a lot of people supported me. My colleagues, my friends, and some of the finance came on. As a previous employee in Deloitte, I have good bank maintenance and all. So I have secured some money through my job. And my parents got some loans from other banks, so it really made me easy. But one thing I can say, don't feel bad if you are a student from a middle class background because there are a lot of ways you can find if you are really willing to go anywhere, I suggest.
Yeah, it's just about exploring the different avenues, I guess, and you will eventually find a way. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes,
Okay,
exactly. Because even if you're sitting at home, thinking about how I go, I think it wouldn't be possible. You need to try
No.
all the means. There are a lot of things. We are in 2022. Come on, we should try it. That's it, I
Yeah.
can say.
Yeah. No, anything's possible.
Anything is possible if we try.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. And now that you are obviously a student at the university, sounds like you've obviously got involved in the societies, the sports, the sort of extracurricular activities. How are you finding that? So you've obviously got your studies. Do you have a part-time job as well, or are you focusing purely on study?
Yeah, as I said, my part-time job is in the university, it seems. As a student ambassador, I'm getting paid. So,
Okay.
and also it's my part-time job in the university. And, when coming to time management, if you are really interested in something, you will definitely manage your time. For example, being a teenagers, we would like to go to parties all the time. So, if we want to go to parties, we'll plan all our schedule before the party time. Okay, in the same way, if you are interested in doing something related to education, sports, activities in the universities, I'm the one who is really interested in those things. So I'll manage my academics as well as sports. And coming to the society things, I have started my own society in the university. Now we are around 30 members in the society. We are spreading it.
Wow.
We are just 1 month old society. Yeah.
Amazing. So it's just about having good time management skills. You need to have, the ability to prioritize. Yeah, prioritizing your time and prioritizing what needs to be done first. Managing your schedule, like you say. Good diary management. But it sounds like you're on top of all that, so that's really good. Well done. That's brilliant.
Yeah. So I'll always schedule my things in my notepad. Daily when I woke up, I'll see my schedule. Before day, I'll plan all my schedule for the next day and what is the things going on. And I use my diary. So I'll start doing the things according to my timings. So without time management, it is too hard to sustain in England because England is the busiest place I have ever seen.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. People are busy here.
But I don't know.
Short on time, so everything's really, really quickly. It's getting done really quickly. What about when you're actually in your lessons and in your lectures and webinars and things like that? Have you found any issues with the age difference with your fellow students? I mean, I don't imagine that you're one of the oldest, but are you surrounded by younger students, or have you not found that to be an issue?
No, not at all. When coming to the university, everyone becomes youngsters. Even he or she is a 40 years student, she will mingle with us and will have a good conversations because age is not a matter for studies. It's an old saying.
No.
But in the university, I have seen the students who are younger than me, and I have seen the students who are elder than me. For example, we are having a man who aged above 45 years. He's a student and a part of our course. We continuously talk each other like a friend. So I'll call him bro. So it really sounds different, but the thing is, the way he comes and the way he approaches us is quite like I didn't find any disturbances with him, and we are very good friends now. There are a lot of students like that. And there are students who got married, who bought their dependents. I'm having a lot of friends. There will be no difference in the university because all are coming as an international student.
Yeah, because I know some people that would be watching, listening to your experience, they may be slightly concerned about the fact that they would be surrounded by 18, 19-year-olds, not necessarily on a master's course, because obviously they would have done their bachelor's beforehand, but potentially even just being an adult student at a university, they might think that they would be surrounded by youngsters. But obviously for you, that has not been an issue at all.
Yes. The thing is, I can say for them that they are more wise than us. I mean, like, the more young you are, your brain works more fast. It's an old saying again. So they are more active. They can get more things from the elders, and also, they can act more actively when compared to the elder people, and they have a lot of energy to do as well. Age always matters in the energy, and it's an advantage for them.
Yes, no, exactly. Yeah, each person just brings their own skills, experiences, don't they, that everybody can learn from.
exactly.
Yeah.
There are a lot of students I'm seeing every day. Yeah, the same happens all the time.
Yeah.
And we are having a lot of youngsters in my course. They come to us, they say their experience. When I see them in the society, we actually build the startup plans. When I hear their plans, it's like awesome. They really want to do something. They are more enthusiastic. I mean, like, they're having more enthusiasm towards that.
Yeah, wow.
I like that.
It's great. It really is. So obviously, I mean, I think I know the answer to this, but I imagine that you would wholeheartedly be recommending life as an adult learner, Manoj. It sounds like it's a really positive experience for you, and you're embracing it 100%.
Yes, 100%. There is no doubt in that. The thing is, if you are interested in any stream, not only in this academics, if you want to go inside your interesting things, every student can be more active, and 100% sure that each and every student who comes with that intention will be in that another position for sure.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. So no setbacks at all then in your experience in terms of the application process, actually starting? Have you experienced any problems or faced any obstacles, or is it has just been a whole complete positive experience?
Yeah, so the thing is, there are no setbacks in my application process, because I'm academically good. My credibility interview also went good, and it is completed in just half an hour. And the thing is, coming to finance, I have arranged it before when I started my application process. So before you have the finances in your hand, you can go ahead with your application because you are academically good, so that there will be no issues. For finances, there are a lot of my friends. They got inspired by me, and they are coming for the September intake. I'm helping them. I think 5 to 10 of my friends are coming for this intake.
Oh wow! So what an inspiration you've been then. They've obviously looked at your story and thought, actually, that's something that I would like to do for, they would like to do for themselves. You've inspired them, absolutely.
Actually, the thing is, I have been posting all my activities in my Instagram, my social media, and my WhatsApp, and also some of my team from India. They have started a YouTube channel regarding my activities in the university. By that thing, the students the cohorts or my friends from back in India, they shown really interest to come back to here, and some of my cousins from my family are getting ready for the September 2022 as well.
Oh wow, they're all following your lead, Manoj. That's amazing. More recruits as well for your strategy group.
Yes, I think we are going to turn 100 by this month.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow, it's really, really great. It's exciting. Excellent. So, I think we've covered everything really, Manoj. It's been, a really positive experience for you. No real obstacles. Obviously, yes, you are hoping that once you then come to look for a job, once you've finished your course, that your job prospects will have improved through having done your masters. Is there anything else you'd like to say to our viewers this evening?
Yes, I want to tell all the viewers, see, if you are getting in the university, and if you find that you are getting some setbacks, don't bother about that, and just go ahead to the ways where you find your things. And I can suggest you that go to the respective people and go to the professors, go to the staff, go to the societies, go and have a clear-cut clarification, and so that you can start your own things. Everything is I think I'm the motto here that nothing is impossible if you are really strong and good. So be strong, go ahead, you will be for sure in the winning race.
Yeah, brilliant advice, Manoj. Really, really great advice. And hopefully, some people that are watching this evening, you will continue to be their inspiration. And maybe we could, look to find the links for your YouTube channel, because I'm sure other people out there would like to follow your journey and see whether that is something that is open to them. So perhaps later on we'll share that on the live stream that we're doing as well.
Yes, Deborah, for that thing I need to give a clarification. Because I'm from Andhra Pradesh, my language is Telugu. Just now I have done 3 videos regarding my career in Telugu. For sure I'm going to do a video in English for the
Okay.
viewers, so that you can play that by 23rd. I'll be doing in this week, and I'll be sharing my links for that YouTube channel as well.
Perfect. Yeah, definitely. So we'll catch up and we'll get those links. Brilliant. All right then, Manoj. Well, thanks for taking the time to talk to me this evening. It's been an absolute pleasure. Great to learn about your story and your experiences. And long may your success continue. Thanks very much.
Thank you so much, Deborah. It's nice to meet you too.
Thanks.
Hello and welcome to Aspire Hire's Discovering Your Road Ahead, Your Future in Higher Education. A live and interactive online event which has been designed to show you what life is like as an adult learner in higher education and answer any questions you may have on making the right decision on your next steps. Aspire Hire is a partnership between the universities of Northampton, Bedfordshire and Hertfordshire. We offer impartial advice and guidance to help learners with their further and higher education journeys. If this is your first event regarding your future in education, don't worry, you've come to the right place. You're currently on the event homepage, and this will act as your gateway to everything taking place during today's event. At the end of this video, the live online event video stream will start playing automatically, so you don't need to worry about visiting any other websites and having to sign up just to take part. It couldn't be any easier. Underneath the schedule are links for you to visit our 4 breakout rooms, which run one after another with a small break in between. If you want to ask a question, or you want to find out a bit more information on a specific topic, the breakout rooms are the place to go. What funding and financial support can I get? What support is available for me? What are the different type of routes into college and university? What's life like as an adult learner? Underneath the breakout rooms are some handy links to other areas of the Aspire Hire website. Click on these links to find out more information regarding your education journey. And that's it. We hope you enjoy the event and we look forward to helping you discover your road ahead on your journey into higher education.
Hello, I'm Billy. I'm a student at the University of Northampton. Join me in Breakout Room 4 to find out what it's like as an adult learner.
So I'm joined now by 2 students at Northampton College, 2 Access students currently studying on their Access courses. We've got Louisa and Chloe that have joined us this evening. So ladies, thanks first for joining me. Appreciate you spending your time to chat to me. So both adult learners. Louisa, would you like to start by telling us the course that you're studying and what you're going on to study after the course, the current course?
Yeah, I'm currently studying the Access to Nursing at the Daventry campus of Northampton College, and I've just been accepted to Northampton University to study adult nursing, should I get, obviously, the grades for the Access. But yeah, it's very exciting.
Wow, yeah, well done. Congratulations on getting your place. That's
Thank
great
you.
news. And Chloe, what about
Thanks.
you? What are you currently doing and then what are you going on to do?
I'm also studying the same course as Louisa, and I've just been accepted for midwifery at Northampton University.
Brilliant. So you'll both be starting at Northampton University in September. That's great news. Well done. So how are you
Mine's
finding...
the January intake.
Oh, are you? Okay, so there's the 2 intakes, September and you're on the January one. Okay, so it gives you a bit of time to prepare a bit more, I guess. Great. So Chloe, how are you finding the Access course? How are you finding basically being an adult learner again? How's that going for you?
It's a little bit crazy. I think being out of education for so long,
Yeah.
you kind of forget the flow of education as well. But because it is an Access course, it's obviously very, very intense as well.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of takes it out of you as well. But I mean, it's really enjoyable, and the modules are really, really good. So it's not, it's not too bad or anything like that. But it's just, getting back into the flow of education, I think.
Yeah, I'm sure. So what made you get back into education, and what were you doing before the Access course?
So I have a daughter. I had her when I was 21.
Yeah.
So I kind of spent my early 20s being a mum. and
Great.
growing as an individual before realising my career path.
Great, okay. And then just applied for the Access course, obviously got your place to then go on to be a midwife.
Yeah.
Excellent. What about you, Louisa? What were you doing before the Access course, and what made you return to education?
Well, this in effect really is a second time around career for me. I graduated as a graphic designer back when I was 20, 22, 23. I then went on to having a career in event management.
Okay.
But nursing is something that I've always wanted to do. And but at the time, my A-level results took me in the art and design direction.
I see.
I've now got 2 children, the youngest of which has just gone up to comprehensive school. So I was looking at maybe going back into full-time work, but there was something that kept saying to me, "You've always wanted to be a nurse. It's now or never."
Yeah.
And I was told about the Access course.
Yeah.
Looked into it, had 3 weeks to make the decision, and went for it, got the place, and I'm happy to say I'm enjoying it so much. Brilliant. And there's not one element of doubt in my mind that I'm doing the wrong thing. Obviously, being that little bit older, I thought might be a bit detrimental, but I think the life experience that I've had and my career before and the skills and things that I've gained from that have really helped me going forward. And the girls I'm in the group with at the moment are just brilliant, and we all get on so well, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Yeah.
Oh, that's excellent. So it's a really positive experience. That's great.
Yeah, really positive.
Yeah. And I know some people that are listening this evening, that perhaps is a concern, that they're perhaps going to be surrounded by, school leavers, college leavers, and that they might feel like the older person in the group. But like you say, Louisa, that's not the case. Everybody brings different things to the table, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're all very similar characters, I think, and we all have the sort of. Brilliant. I think maybe that's because we're going for the same, caring roles. I don't know, but we're all very like-minded. We've all got quite quirky senses of humour, which make the day go really fast. Great. We've all gelled really quickly. There doesn't seem to be a problem with that at all. It's great fun.
That's great. Yeah, excellent. Onto the funding side of things. So an Access course, it is a paid course, isn't it? You do have to pay for the course. But Chloe, you applied for funding for the course, did you? And that was all successful?
Yeah, so you just apply for your normal student finance, and it's called an advanced learner loan.
Right.
They pay it direct to the college, so you're not sort of like a middle person having to liaise between student finance and your college.
I see.
And then as long as you go on to do a degree and complete that degree, it doesn't need to be paid back.
Oh, okay. That's good to know. Right. So as long as you get a place at university, you complete your qualification at university, you don't pay back the fees for the Access course. Brilliant. And same for you, Louisa? The process was smooth?
Yeah, really smooth. It was very straightforward. Fill in a few forms, send them off. Got accepted, and I think they're getting paid in instalments. We get notified when they're being paid straight to the college, so there's no faffing around once you've sorted the finance. It just sort of bubbles around in the background, and you can get on with your course.
Brilliant. And then the student finance side of things, then for when you actually start university, I guess with them being healthcare courses, there is an element of there's a bursary, or how does that work?
Yeah,
Louisa.
You apply again through the same channels, as far as I'm aware. But the government give you a £5,000 a year grant, which doesn't have to be paid back, towards I think things like your travel and childcare if necessary, books, bits and pieces to do with your course. So that will really help. That will really help.
Brilliant. Yeah, excellent. Okay, great. And when does that open? When will you be applying for that? Is it around sort of? Have you been told yet?
I think as soon as we've probably got our results and evidence that obviously we've passed the Access course, I think then's the time to apply. And I think things with the Access course, it all went through pretty quickly. And I think obviously they do it for so many people that it's runs very smoothly. It's minimal fuss. So it's good.
Brilliant. Okay. And Chloe, you obviously said that it's, it can be a bit crazy, obviously doing your course. You've got a young daughter as well. How have you found that sort of managing the course, responsibilities as a parent, just sort of general life on the whole? How have you found sort of juggling it? Has it meant you've had to rethink priorities or just kind of manage your time better?
I've had some hiccups throughout the way with issues going on and family issues and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So again, it is having to prioritize certain things. I try not to miss lessons, but sometimes it just can't be held. But the group that we're in always send each other notes as well.
Okay.
So not only does that take off a massive weight, I'm quite a night owl as well. So I don't mind doing my work when my daughter's gone to bed.
Sure, yeah.
Equally, we do have Wednesdays and Thursdays off of college.
Okay.
So while she's at school, I can also catch up with some college work.
I see.
The weekends I don't have her, I focus on it to get it done and dusted.
Okay, fine. So it's just about kind of, managing your time well enough then to stay on top of things ultimately, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. And same for you, obviously, Louisa, you said you've got slightly older children, so does that mean there's less to manage or more to manage? I'm not sure.
It all depends. I don't think the problems ever get less, they just change.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, again, it's all time management, really. You have to, just because it's all in such a short space of time, the access course, you're in, I think it's the equivalent of something like 3 A levels in the space of something like 7 or 8 months. So the work and the workload and the assignments are incredibly intense. But they're also really interesting as well. The assignments, you have to produce posters and leaflets and do presentations on PowerPoint and straightforward essays, reports, all kinds of things. So, and there's also a mixture of exams and tests as well. So basically, if you're not very good at one area of the assignment, like exams, then you get the opportunity to sort of make up marks and things with written work and quite creative work as well, which is makes it really nice.
So different
varied
forms of assessment, which is great. Yeah, brilliant. Okay, great. Okay, and again, so a lot of people watching this evening, they kind of perhaps thinking, should I go back to university? Is it the right thing for me? Do you have any advice for people that are kind of wondering whether it is the right thing for them, Louisa?
Having gone into this later in life, I can honestly say that I've not regretted it for 1 minute. And it also shows as well that even when you are 18, 19, or even when you come in as an adult learner over the age of 21, there's always the opportunity to learn nowadays something completely different. I mean, nursing couldn't be any different to my graphic design degree.
No.
It just shows you that there are opportunities out there later in life if for whatever reason you decide to change career, that it's the world is your oyster, and as long as you've got you're young at heart and you've got the qualifications and the drive and the will to want to do what you're going to study, then I think if anything, being that little bit older can bring a lot to the table, and it's benefited me massively, as opposed to sort of just being fresh out of school. So I wouldn't for 1 minute regret or don't regret what I've done, and I'm looking forward to going into doing my degree.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess, like you say, with age comes a bit more wisdom, a bit more experience. You can learn from mistakes, perhaps, that you may have made, or that we've all made along the way when we're perhaps a bit younger. And they just help make you slightly maybe more of a rounded individual, perhaps a better student. You're there because you want to be there rather than compulsory education. Yeah. Great, excellent. Chloe, any words of wisdom for people that are kind of doubting whether it's for them, or wondering whether it is for them, whether they would be doing the right thing?
I can only kind of echo what Louisa said. I think there's some stigma out there that university is only for, young adults that have just come fresh out of college and they're ready to just go and live their life. But I think as an adult learner, me personally, I've done it backwards. I've had my child, and now I'm going into my career. But by doing it that way, I feel like as a person, I can grow more naturally into that position without having the worry later on in life about, oh, do I want a family? Do I,
Yes.
I mean, there's no right or wrong way to do it, but I
Yeah.
just feel that as a person, I've grown more to be able to fit into my career choice.
Yeah. And I also think that, you sort of saying, I've done it backwards. Maybe you've done it the right way. Maybe other people have done it the wrong. Do you know what I mean? That's almost presuming that there is a right and a wrong way, or there is a norm and there is a set route that people should be following. But like you say, there isn't really, and ultimately, it's really whatever works for you. And this clearly works for you. You've obviously been accepted onto your course at university, and like Louisa said, the world's your oyster really. Who knows what job you're going to go, well, obviously we're hoping that you're going to go into a midwife role, but that could be anywhere, couldn't it? And a lot of people as well as adult learners have spoken about the role model that then they're providing for their young children, showing that you can go on to continuous study and go on to university. Do you think that's perhaps played a bit of a role for you, Chloe?
Quite possibly. I mean, I always encourage my daughter to do the best, and I always encourage her to, whatever she says she wants to be when she grows up, I'm like, go for it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter which way it happens. If that's what she wants, go for it. Grow into it. Be the best you can be.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think by being that kind of role model for her and saying, well, yes, I did have you young, but look what I can do in the meantime, and just grow into it with her.
Yeah.
And it's really nice to share that experience with her.
Yeah, because as I say, some people would automatically think that they've had children young, so they're not then going to go on and continue in education. But you're just showing that you can, and whatever time in life that you choose to have for a family, it doesn't have to then be restrictive, does it?
No.
That's great. Excellent. Brilliant. Well, thank you so much both for your time this evening. It's been really insightful. I'm really, really pleased for you both that you've obviously got your place at university. And yeah, look forward to hearing how things go for you both. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Joe. I'm a student at the University of Bedfordshire. Come join me in Breakout Room 4 to find out what life is like as an adult learner.
Hello, welcome back. I hope you're finding the events of this evening really helpful and really interesting. Hopefully you've just been in the most recent breakout room and things are now a little clearer in terms of your routes into higher education and the different pathways that are open and available to you, whether that be going to university or studying higher levels at a further education college. Higher education as a general subject can appear to be a bit of a minefield with so much information available, so many avenues to explore. We don't want you to feel overwhelmed with this. So a really good place to start is the Aspire Higher website. You can go to www.aspire-higher.co.uk, and there you will find a lot of information, lots of interesting resources, files to download, links to click on. You'll also find some links for the 3 universities, so the University of Northampton, University of Bedfordshire, and the University of Hertfordshire. They're also available on our website. You can check out the resources on there, and there's also a chat function. So please feel free to pose any questions that you have on the website, and somebody from the Aspire Higher team will get back to you as soon as possible. It's really easy for me to sit here and tell you about the benefits of going on to higher education, why you should go for it, take that plunge. However, I think the best thing really is to hear from those that are currently in that position. At the moment, around 40% of full-time university students are adult learners. We've got 3 of them joining us here tonight. They're going to talk about their experience so far as adult learners. The final breakout room explores what life is like as an adult learner in higher education. We're really lucky to have Claire, Joe and Billy with us tonight in the breakout room, and they're going to share their stories with you. Really interesting stories. I've already spoken to the three of them this evening, and they've got some great information to share. The breakout room is just about to open, so don't delay. Go and join it with the link below. Again, you can ask your questions in there. You can remain anonymous. You don't have to have your cameras and microphones on, but do please feel free to post any questions. And I know that Claire, Joe, and Billy will be on hand to answer all of your questions. Again, finally, there is a link for the Padlet that will be posted in the chat room. We do really want to hear back from you in terms of this evening's event in general, so that we can then start planning our next event.
so I'm joined now by Billy Gribbin, who is another adult learner, another adult student at the University of Northampton. Billy's here to share with us her experience as an adult learner and talk through her journey. Hoping that will inspire lots of you out there this evening in terms of your own journeys. Billy, would you like to start by introducing yourself and telling us the course that you're studying and just a general gist of how things are going?
Yeah, hello, I'm Billy and I am a second year children and young people's nursing student at Northampton University. I'm halfway through my second year now. So far, so good. Touch wood, that continues.
Great.
Obviously, come across many obstacles, but I'm still here.
Great. Yeah. Good. And as part of that course, as far as I understand it, there are placements. Is that right? So there's some time spent at university and then some placements as well. Is that how it works?
Yeah, it gets more and more as you go through the course. So the first year is 3 placements, 3 short placements, which are 5 or 6 weeks, and then a little bit longer placements in the second year. And then the third year is the majority of it is placement and minimal time in university. So it changes as you move through.
Yeah, great. And obviously you sort of mentioned then the obstacles that you've faced. Are you happy to share some of those obstacles? What's perhaps been, the biggest challenge for you in terms of going back to university as an adult?
Yeah, now going back as an adult, there's a lot more things you have to think about. Like I have 3 children, so thinking about the childcare and making sure they're getting to their school clubs and they've got everything they need. With doing the placements, sometimes I could be doing 12 or 14-hour shifts, and just to make sure that all the structure is around them, because I might not be there in the morning, I might not be there at bedtime. So it's them sort of obstacles, and equally making sure that there's enough money coming in, making sure the bills are still getting paid, because it's really hard to work a job around the placements and around the lectures as well, but it's definitely doable.
It is doable, yeah. I mean, we've had other speakers on today saying, this evening, saying that it is doable, but you've got to have that mindset where you are determined, it's something that you're really passionate about, that you really want to succeed.
Yeah, definitely.
Would you agree with that? Is that what you've found?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a real mixed course, the nursing courses, because I'm on the children's course, but then there's also the adult course, mental health, learning disability, and it's such a mixed bag. Yeah. There is some 18, 19-year-olds that are just leaving school, but then equally there's some my age, older than me. So it's really nice to have a mix of students, because everyone's got a different life experience and you end up learning from each other. And everyone's in the same bag. Everyone just wants to further their career. Everyone wants that degree at the end of it to get a better job. So you find that everybody's in the same boat.
Yeah, because I think some people listening this evening would perhaps be something that would put them off. They'd think that they were going to university and, perhaps as a 30, 40, 50-year-old student, that you'd perhaps be then surrounded by 18-year-olds, and that's not necessarily what you want at that age. Definitely. But like you say, it's a mixed cohort. You've got different age ranges and everybody's working together to help each other, you've found.
Yeah, definitely. That was one of my concerns. I was thinking, am I going to go back, be the only one with kids and the only one struggling? But it's been the complete opposite. I went to a few open days and it just made me feel so much reassurance that I wasn't going to be the only one.
The only one, yeah. And like you say, you all learn from each other. Everybody's bringing different experiences, different qualities, and it's a big learning curve that everyone's contributing to, aren't they?
Yeah, that's it. And it does go so fast that before I know it, it's going to be over. I can't believe I'm halfway through already. So it flies by.
Right, yeah, great. What about the student finance side of things? So obviously you applied for the student finance for them to then pay for your tuition fees. Mm-hmm. How did you find that process? Was it smooth? Were there any issues with that as well?
That was actually really, really easy. I was so worried about that because I've heard so many horror stories about people missing their payments and things like that. But it was really, really easy for me. And obviously having children as well, you get a little bit more help with the student finance. You get more funding. So and for that, all I had to do was send birth certificates. So it was really, really simple process. And also if you're in different circumstances. If you're single with children, you get help with childcare payments as well. There really is so much help for you, because again, that was what I was worried about, thinking I've got to pay my bills and I have to pay for the house and things like that, and childcare is not cheap. But the help is all there if you want it. You just have to know the places to access it, but it's definitely, you're well supported.
Excellent, excellent. And you know, the job prospects at the end of it, like you say, everyone's, you know, trying to better themselves and enhance their careers. They're getting that qualification. Have you looked now at the job prospects for when you finish? Is there help in that sense? I know Northampton, the University of Northampton offer like a careers service with helping you with that as well. Will you make use of that?
Yeah, so we have the option when you start uni to complete the Gold Star. It's a Gold Star certificate, I think it's called, which you can put on your CV at the end, and then that looks even better for future employers. And that's opt in or opt out, but you can do that running alongside your course. And I've done that. I find it quite simple. It's not really taxing. It's some of it that they ask you to do for this is also part of the work you're doing anyway. So I just think it's really useful to complete it. And that's got like a 99% success rate of helping you get a job at the end of your degree. I have been looking, but I just changed my mind on where I want to work all the time.
Oh, really?
There's too many options.
But how nice that you're going to have options. How nice that you're going to be in a position where you're going to have the choice, hopefully, and you're going to you'll have these options in front of you, and the degree will give you those options, won't it?
Yeah, definitely. You can go anywhere with it, and we're told that constantly through this course, that even if you do a job for 2 years and you think this ward's not for me, there's going to be 100 other places you can go with this degree. So it's really really open.
Brilliant. So obviously from what you've said tonight then, Billy, it's been a really positive experience for you. Have there been any other obstacles apart from sort of, like you say, juggling things, the responsibilities as a parent, the commitments that you've got to your children and things? Have you found any other issues, any other support that you've needed along the way from the university or anyone else?
Yeah, I did an access course before going to university, and it was highlighted on the access course that I was dyslexic. So when I got to uni, they helped me get that diagnosis. And then as well, I've had so much help through the university with extra time on assignments, extra time in exams, things like a dragon to go on my laptop to help me with my assignments. They couldn't have been more helpful. And if I feel like I'm missing something, I have like a direct line to somebody that can help me, which is just there to make use of. If you've got an assignment coming up and you're not sure how to lay it out and you just need a bit of support, it's all there. So I've not had to chase anybody for anything. I've been really, really lucky, and the help is all there if you want it.
Yeah, that's amazing. So, I mean, I don't know how old you are, but you've obviously got to this age with that going undiagnosed, and then through going back to university, you found something out about yourself that you perhaps would never have known.
Yeah, that's it. Which was surprising, but it helped me understand why I write the way I write. So
absolutely.
I'm glad I found out.
Yeah, definitely. And like you say, the university have been great with all the support that they've provided. So again, I think sometimes that can put people off. They perhaps, if they know already that they've got that additional need, it might be that they think that they're not going to be catered for at a higher education provider. Yeah. But your own experience just proves that isn't the case.
Yeah, definitely.
That's great. Good. So, I mean, with all of that, looking at all of that as a whole, I guess, like I say, for you, it's been a really positive experience. I presume that you would be recommending it to others that are watching this evening, if they're umming and ahhing, thinking that it might not be for them. What would sort of your advice be for those people?
To definitely go for it. If it's what you want, and if you are really determined, it can be done. And to definitely go for it. I'm so glad I did. It's really changed me. From what I was 2.5, 3 years ago to now, it's completely different, but for the better. So I'm really glad I did it.
Yeah. Just quickly, I didn't ask you before, but what were you doing before you decided to go back to university? So what was your sort of history or your career history? What were you?
I had a really mixed bag of jobs because of having a family. So I was just working in a pub or What else did I do? I worked in a hairdresser's for a little bit. I worked in a shop.
Yeah.
From leaving school, I knew I wanted to do nursing, but life just got in the way. And then once all my children were sort of school age, I thought, right, I'm going to go and do it. And it just gave me a push. So I'm glad.
Yeah, really, really good. And what do your children think about you going back to university? Do they?
They think it's really
one
funny.
One of our other guests was saying about how they really enjoy being that inspiration for their children.
Yeah. Well, when I sit down in an evening and I sort of read my books looking for references, or I read learning objectives, they're interested, and I never thought they'd be interested, but they are. I do a lot of anatomy and physiology as well, and they'll listen to all the videos I get sent, or they'll read the books with me. So now, like my son, he knows quite a bit about like the intestines and things like that, which he wouldn't know at that age if I wasn't reading about it. So it has helped them as well.
Yeah, yeah. Future doctor in the making.
Oh, hopefully.
Yeah, and you can help pay off your student debt then as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, brilliant. So hope, by you going back to university and, like say, you providing that role model, that your children will look up to you and they'll see what you're doing, and like you say, if it's perhaps something that you would never have thought that they would go into, but by you doing it, they see that it's possible again.
Yeah, and my daughter's always had a fear of hospitals and nurses and things like that. She's always been scared. But since I've done this, she now understands more of the role, and she's like, okay, it's nothing to really be scared about. They're not going to hurt me. So it's also calmed her fears, so that's good.
That's great. Yeah, win-win on every level, really.
Yeah, definitely.
Brilliant. Oh, that's excellent. Such a positive chat, Billy. I really, really appreciate you spending the time with us this evening. It's been great to hear your story. It's been great to learn exactly how things have gone for you, why you got into it, like you say, the obstacles that you've faced. So thanks so much for joining us. It's been really, really insightful. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
You're watching Aspire Hire's Discovering Your Road Ahead, Your Future in Higher Education, a live interactive online event designed to help you with everything higher education related. Before we get started, let us tell you a bit more about adult learners moving into higher education. You might think that higher education is mostly for those students of the traditional university age who are fresh out of college or sixth form. Adult learners can be fresh out of further education too, it's just that they're older. In 2019 to 2020, over a third of all undergraduate entrants were mature undergraduates, and about half of all postgraduate entrants were mature learners. So, in deciding to go into university as an adult learner, you are definitely not alone in the world, and you will find many students of a similar age to yourself on your course. Studying doesn't always have to be on a full-time basis. There are different ways of studying which include learning from home, and there are part-time courses which could help you in managing your education journey whilst balancing the needs of your family. The personal benefits of retraining or upskilling can far outweigh the potential financial gain. Think of the achievement, confidence and self-belief you'll grow. It can be done. There were around 485,000 adult learners studying in the UK last year, and the numbers are only continuing to grow. And with 50,000 courses to choose from, adult learners often enter higher education with a wider variety of qualifications than younger students, and course providers are often more flexible when it comes to admissions criteria, so bagging a place might be easier than you think. This is your chance to talk to one of our expert team members and find out more information on any higher education related topic. Simply visit one of the breakout rooms that are open today and ask any questions you might have whilst you're there. If you aren't sure or haven't currently got a question, but think of something after today's live online event, then please visit our website, aspire-hire.co.uk, and use the live chat function to speak to one of our team. So, I think that's enough from me for now. Shall we get started on your road ahead?
Hi, welcome back. So we've actually come to the end of our event. Hasn't that time gone quickly? They say time flies when you're having fun, and it really has flown by this evening. I hope you've all found it really interesting, beneficial, and I hope that you're all logging out this evening with a much better picture of what higher education is. Time to thank you. I hope the event's been useful and that we've answered all of your questions, but I do know what it's like. Sometimes after the event, you suddenly discover some other questions that you want to ask. You can ask us some questions at a later date. Make sure you log into our website, www.aspire-hire.co.uk. Drop a question in the chat box and somebody from the Aspire Hire team will be on hand to get back to you with the answers. Don't forget the Padlet link that we've sent out in the breakout rooms. It's really, really helpful to get your feedback, not only about the breakout rooms, but about the event in general. And we do take all of your comments on board when we look to start planning our next event. Don't forget the additional resources, the videos that are on the website. All of this information can help when looking at what the next steps are and how you can best move forward on your road ahead into higher education. I hope you all have a great evening. Look forward to seeing you all very soon at one of our other events. Hopefully the next event we can all do in person. Thank you.